That's what we're going to remember. Remember that time we got a tropical storm when we had a week's worth, a month's worth of rain in a week?
Yeah.
Wow. That's the way we should put it. And so everything's really waterlogged. That may make it a little easier for some trees to come down just because their root systems are all soggy. Take a look. We've got rain right now, and this is not even associated with Tropical Storm Elsa, but it is kind of loosely connected because sometimes when you do have a front nearby, you have a storm coming up the East Coast, the moisture precedes it. So I think that's kind of what we're seeing right now. And there is still a thunderstorm out there. Could you guys believe what we dealt with last night? My goodness, it was tough to sleep. East Hampton up through Marlborough. This is heading towards the northeast. If you're in Colchester, if you're in Lebanon, if you're in Windham, this is heading your way. But I think the threat for severe weather has dwindled for tonight. Little break. We'll continue to see a few showers, nothing like last night. And then here comes Tropical Storm Elsa up the East Coast. Now, the last update's a little old. It's from 8 o'clock. We're going to get a new one in here probably just before 11 o'clock, but still winds of about 50 miles per hour, and it's moving to the northeast at 21 miles per hour. Now, what has the latest trend been on the computer guidance through the evening tonight? It has actually been a little bit farther to the east. What that would do is continue to push the worst winds away from us here in Connecticut, yay, but also maybe the axis of heaviest rain. This is just one computer model showing 1 to 4 inches, but less amounts for western Connecticut than what we're seeing in eastern areas where there could be some isolated 5 or 6 inch amounts. So we'll see. This would certainly help in western Connecticut, but I would say 1 to 4 inches of rain statewide. And if this was a snowstorm, I would be ripping my hair out with the amount of that gradient that we're seeing from west to east across the state. For winds, we're really not thinking that they're much of an issue inland. Sure, it's going to be a little bit breezy tomorrow morning. You'll notice it. But I think those gusts that are able to cause down trees and power lines, we're kind of right at that criteria for parts of the shoreline southeastern Connecticut. So this is going to be the area that we have to keep the closest eye on, especially in New London County. It's going to be a different story, though, to our east. Martha's Vineyard, P-Town, one of my favorite places. We're talking about winds that could gust up over 50 miles per hour as the storm passes, because it's always to the east of the storm's track up here in this latitude that we end up seeing the worst wind. Still, you'll go, well, why is there a tropical storm warning if you're not thinking there's going to be tropical storm force winds? I think the National Weather Service just wants to kind of communicate that there could be some wind issues. It's in effect for New London County and also the shoreline of Middlesex and New Haven counties. And also the Storm Prediction Center saying, you know, of course, just to add insult to injury, in the morning there is a low risk for a tornado as the storm moves in. Again, we'll just have to keep a close eye on the radar. It's pretty common as these storms come on shore. So here's what the radar looks like as we head towards daybreak tomorrow morning. That's when we're going to see that rain really start to fill in. Some big puddles out there splashing around and the chance for some flash flooding. Again, there will be some areas where rivers and streams rise quickly. They're already really high right now. So again, it wouldn't take much to cause aggravating flooding issues. We already had flash flooding in parts of the state today earlier. And then as we head into the afternoon, we'll kick this out of here. And not only that, we're going to see some sunshine. So much sunshine, in fact, that we might actually destabilize the atmosphere and be able to see a spot shower or thunderstorm later in the day or into the early evening. But I do think it turns out to be a fairly nice afternoon for a little while with high temperatures in the low 80s. Heading into the weekend, some improvement, partly cloudy skies, chance for an isolated afternoon shower on Saturday and Sunday. High temperatures will be in the lower to middle 80s there for Saturday and Sunday. And I do think that it'll be calmer as we head into next week. There are a couple shower and thunderstorm chances, though I don't think it's going to be day after day of severe thunderstorm watches and warnings. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to take a look at the shoreline impacts. I mean, I don't want to leave you in suspense. We're not expecting major coastal flooding, as I mentioned before, but we'll take a look at wave heights, your full forecast, another look coming up in just a bit, guys.